What's
Welcome to the Au Jus. I'm your host, Beef Loaf. This show is being sponsored by our friends, Punky's Pizza and Pasta, located at 2600 South Wallace, my personal favorite eatery in the neighborhood. They have the best selection of pizzas and pastas, as well as sandwiches and salads of any spot in Bridgeport. Currently, they have a terrific Monday nights only special, one medium cheese pizza for $12.99. No promo codes, no minimums. Just place the order at 3 p.m. or later, and you get one medium cheese pizza for $12.99. Toppings can be added, but at their normal prices. You better hurry up because it's already 8 o'clock and you want to get that pizza in before the game is over. Hit the website, punkyspizza.com, for all your carry-out or delivery needs or to cater your next party. You can also call 312-842-2100. The Scarlotta family will take care of you. Punky's Pizza and Pasta. This show is also powered by you, the loyal 108 supporter. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Feel free to tickle the undercarriage in the process. Like, comment, turn on notifications, and most definitely super chat, because that's how we get paid. That's how we continue to make the content you know and love. Tonight's guest. She has one of the funniest accounts on the artist formerly known as Twitter.com, a fucking menace of Yankees Twitter, a sometimes combatant of Jeff Passan, and Evan Gaddis once told her she has great tits. Patches O'Houlihan, welcome to the Au Jus.
so true?
Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I think this is my first time ever doing this.
Doing any live stream, a podcast live stream or whatever. Yeah, this is.
I've never done it.
The main show, the 108 podcast, has been around for 6 years. This show right here has been 2 years. I've had 66. This will be the 66th episode. A lot of guests.
You should have saved me for 69.
I screwed that up. You're right.
Opportunity. Come on.
It's an error right out of the gate. God damn it! It's so upsetting. I want to talk some Yankees with you. I do want to get to some Twitter stuff a little bit later, but kind of the way I found out about you was via Jeff Passan. You and I, and we'll get to Jeff a little bit later. You're best buddy, and because he's given me shit in the past. I seen him giving you shit, and I'm like, "Who's this?" Yeah. And so I started following some of your stuff. I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to get in on this." And just to let people peek behind the curtain, I'm away at Cottage. I'm away with my family. We're at Lake House or whatever. And this is coming up this week, and I get a DM, and it's this DM from Jeff adding me and you, and he says, "This is the collab I didn't know I needed." I'm like, "This motherfucker is relentless."
Dude, when I got that notification, I was like, am I dreaming, or is this like a different kind of Jeff? Like, there's no way.
You gotta check the name just to make sure.
I had to check, and I was like, okay, it's 1.2 million. Okay, it's fucking Jeff. I literally thought he was like a troll somehow. I don't even know how I got on his radar, but I died when I got it.
We'll get to that later. I do want to hear some of the Jeff Orton stories. I think that'll be great. But first, I want to talk a little Yankees because you're a diehard Yankees fan. We were talking before this. You're a Yankees fan like the way I'm a White Sox fan, where you're way into it, but you also tend to have some fun with it. And so my White Sox are suffering through a terrible season. And I think my biggest crossover on Twitter are Yankees fans, surprisingly. For whatever reason, there's like a kinship there in some way, shape, or form. And you Yankees fans can't stop complaining about a first-place team. Why, Sandra? Why?
We are dramatic as fuck. We're so dramatic. We really are a spoiled fan base. I will completely admit that. I won't deny that. But I just feel like June and July were such bad baseball. It was so bad that it was like, even though we were first place, like we were leading the AL East and everything, it was like, that didn't actually reflect what was actually happening. Like during that, 2 months, we were literally one of the worst teams in baseball with the White Sox. Like, it was just terrible. And I'm someone that, I'm a doomsday person. Okay. So, if there's one minor inconvenience, the first sign of adversity, I'm someone that I think the sky's falling. I'm pessimistic as fuck in just, my everyday life. I think, the worst is going to happen at all times. That's just who I am. So, one bad game, I'm like Frank the Tank. In my head, I won't post videos of it because I'd be embarrassed of myself if I did. But I honestly feel like Frank the Tank, where I'm like, this is over. This is terrible, feeble. I feel the exact same way. So
now, what was it? Is it you're waiting for Garrett Cole to finally fucking come back, and then the offense is basically just Stanton's hurt, and then it's Judge and Soto, and there's no one else hitting. What was it?
Not even because we didn't have Garrett from day one, so it wasn't even that. But it was just our pitching was so fucking bad, and they all hit the same wall at the same time. that's how Yankees are. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if one person struggles, they all struggle. Like, one person gets hurt, they all get hurt. Like, it's the weirdest thing. Like, last year when Judge got hurt and was out for like 2 months, they all forgot how to play baseball. Like, it's the weirdest thing. So it was literally just terrible pitching, like just terrible decisions. I'm like, what is going on? And I can't stand Aaron Boone's quotes too. So then that like pisses off Yankee fans even more. It's all in front of us. No, it's not. It's not in front of us. Like, it gets so annoying. But it was just, I think, baseball, it's 162 games. Like, a bunch of shit can happen. They're going to go through slumps. Some teams more than others.
Hey, easy there, easy. All right, we don't need that. White Sox are still winning this game in the third inning, 2-1. All right, that's
true. I told you. I tweeted like an hour ago. I said they're gonna sweep us. So, but it was too long of a rut. It was just so bizarre, and it was just a mixture of everything.
Now, is my guy Carlos Rodon contributing to this as well? I see he's not having the best year. I was looking at his stats.
He was doing well. I felt like in the beginning he was doing well, and then he also hit that same wall as everyone else.
Okay. Him and Nestor Cortez and all these guys,
especially Nestor too. Like, you can't talk shit about like everyone wants to be us. We're constantly in the playoffs. We're always competitive, and then you've been fucking ass the last 3 times. Like, you can't say that. And then also, I'm going to started on like some of the lineup constructions they were doing, like fucking JD Davis. That was.
They've already sent him off to pasture, right? He's gone. They got rid of him.
No,
didn't they?
Now he's in the Orioles.
I was gonna say, they dumped him and he got picked up by someone else. Yeah,
take him. That was fucking wild to me. Like, I'd rather have a rookie like Ben Rice have bats than JD Davis. This guy got DFA'd by the Giants and Oakland, and you want to get him to be behind Aaron Judge? You're smoking crack. Like, fucking.
That's negative protection. Negative protection for your best hitter. Let me get to this drink right here from Gordo. Gordo says, this is a tip towards a steak dinner bet. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I have a steak dinner bet with another podcaster, which I am losing right now, so I can't use some money towards it. It'll probably be a big one. He wants to go to Bavette's, which is a good spot, but tough to get in. So we'll see. Thank you, Gordo. What about Outback? I should tell that. That
for $20, that's actually, I think, this is Chili's. You could get a steak. You can get some 2 apps. Mark.
$20. I'm hoping to cover one cocktail if I get that. But thank you, Gordo. I appreciate that. So Sandra, you brought up the Orioles, and I got to ask this question because I see Yankees fans out there anguishing, upset, whatever. But you guys also are cocky as fuck. And so my question here is, do you take the Orioles seriously yet? Because they're a good team. But I feel like the last decade of ass whoopings, like I feel like Gleyber Torres' entire season will be made off of kicking the shit out of the Orioles a couple years ago, like hitting 15 home runs off them.
Era in that left field, Gleyber was literally their daddy. He's the reason why they changed that wall. But so before this season started, I thought the Orioles were going to be in first and we'd be in second. And I even thought, like, before they got the new owners, I was like, the Orioles are going to Oriole eventually. Like, they're going to trade away their guys. They're not going to keep this up. But now they have new owners. They're going to fucking spend.
Yeah, they might spend.
So I think they're going to be a pain in the ass forever. And their prospect lab is just insane. They send Jackson to the fucking minors, comes back up and starts raking. Like, how? It's just so annoying. So I believe the Orioles are legit. I've thought it was going to be them and the Yankees the whole time.
Okay, so you're not treating them like little brother. You take them seriously. You take them.
Because
they got all the good hitters in the minors too. They got guys just waiting, like you're mentioning.
It's fucking insane. I used to say, like, if the Yankees were in a slump, they need to either face the Orioles or the Twins, like, to get it back going.
And God bless you guys for all those Twins ass beatings. We loved it so much here in Chicago. It was just the best thing ever. Can't wait till they face the Yankees in the playoffs. The Yankees just walloped them. It was great.
My favorite narrative ever. And I love, I have a lot of good Twins friends from Twitter, and they're like, I'm not going to talk to you this week. Like, you guys actually, make me depressed and sad. I'm like, I'm sorry. I would probably feel the same way, so I get it.
Who could blame him on that?
That's just decades of fucking spanking.
Of misery. You get to the playoffs, and then you run into that brick wall, and it's always that same team, and they never let up on you. Like,
yeah. Especially last season, too, in the playoffs, I was like, I actually am rooting for Minnesota because I didn't want Astros to advance, but couldn't happen. But now it's like the playoffs happen right now. I think we're either projected, either the Royals or the Twins.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with either one. Give me an AL Central team, please. Please. I don't want Astros. I don't want the Orioles. Red Sox, I wouldn't even want to face either.
Yeah, the Red Sox have come up. They had a couple down years, but they're looking a little better this year too, and they're hitting more than they have in the past few years.
Yeah.
Now, I wanna ask you about the superstar of the Yankees. I grew up where Michael Jordan was on my favorite team, so I am absolutely blessed to have had a superstar, like a mega star, as part of my favorite team. Yeah, is that what it's like having Aaron Judge on your favorite team? Like, you ever just sit back and like, man, we got the greatest guy out there right now?
I think because, too, I was too young to experience the 90s and the early 2000s. I never really got to experience, like, I didn't get to watch, like, Jeter in his prime, really, or A-Rod because I was too young. Right. But I fucking love Aaron Judge. It's just, every time I watch a game, I'm like, we truly are so lucky to be witnessing this. And I'm so lucky it's on my favorite team and that he stayed, because I don't know what I would have done if he would have gone to, like, the Red Sox and Orioles, like anywhere in the East, or even like, I fucking hate the Dodgers. If he even went to the Dodgers, like, I don't even know what I would have done. I am just so happy that I get to watch him, because the shit he's doing is just unreal. Like, I feel like no Yankees bias, and I feel like just a baseball fan, you got to appreciate what he's doing.
Oh, there's no question. And are you just like grateful that the Arson Judge tweet to the Giants was not true?
That was insane. Insane. I forget what it was early in the morning, and I literally woke up because I got so many texts. I get more texts about baseball than like I do on my own birthday, it feels like. I know I got so many being like, I'm so sorry about your loss. And I'm like, what just happened? Who died?
Is the family okay? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then it was like, Arson Judge appears to the Giants. And I literally think like my heart dropped into my ass. Like, it was insane. I am so glad though John's bitch ass got called out. I was so pissed. I think I responded saying like, nice fucking going, nerd. I was like, I was seeing red. Like, I literally thought this guy was gone. But I'm so glad he's not anywhere else but the Yankees.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, for me, MJ to the Wizards, that was way after everything was over. Yeah. So it wasn't like in his prime, he just like up and left. That had to be painful. I actually have a little Aaron Judge story. I'm going to need a ruling from you on this. Okay. So I have a brush with Aaron Judge. So last year we're at Sox Yankees, sort of like how this game is on Monday night. I think it was also on a Monday night. And we're sitting in the stands or whatever, and Aaron Judge is playing right field. First of all, Aaron Judge is such a spectacle for how enormous he is, but such a great athlete. Like, he should be a power forward in the NBA, but like somehow he
also could be like a tight end too. Like,
exactly.
He can literally do every sport.
He could be Gronk, basically, and like a better version of Gronk, maybe. Yeah. But, so we're out there, and one of my buddies, we all sit in section 108, so it's right behind the right field foul pole. That's where we've always sat. One of my buddies is yelling at Aaron Judge to throw the ball up into the stands by us, right? Now, I'm there to watch the game. So I don't want to play. I have no interest in playing. He throws the ball up in there, and it's coming. Like, for him, it's a lob. For me, this is coming in hot. And my wife, Mrs. Beef, she's right next to me. And I looked at her, and she looked at me. She's like, this shit's coming right for her. So I reach up and grab it with my left hand. So I make a one-handed catch of the Aaron Judge ball, right? Now, this is just in between innings. This is not in play or nothing like that. And now, at this moment, I'm like, fucking Aaron Judge threw this. I want to keep it. But I'm a grown man, and I'm looking around like, I have to give this to a kid, right? So what do you think? No. I gotta give that ball away, or do I keep it?
You keep it.
Because I have a buddy who's a Yankees fan. He goes, "You're an idiot that you gave that away to a kid." Because I gave it to a kid.
Like your king, Michael Jordan once said, "Fuck them kids."
Shut up! I screwed up. Every Yankee fan I talk to, they're like, "You're a fucking idiot. You have to keep that ball."
Did you really give it to a kid?
I gave it to a kid. Yeah. So there were no kids even in our section. We called some kid over from a section over, and I had it to the kid. I was like, I felt a little empty inside afterwards, but I was like, I think I got to do that, right? But yeah, I'm finding out more and more that I may have fucked up, and that's fine.
Yeah. What you should have done, so you like wouldn't look like an asshole, is just give it to your wife and be like, "Oh, here, like,
honey, there you go."
100%. Maybe like people wouldn't even think she was your wife. Maybe they thought you would like, try to spit game. It was
my wife says it was a great grab. Yeah, well, thank you, honey. I appreciate you. And then my brother, this is my brother Treasy. He said you would have lost that ball anyway. I saw what a prick. But regardless,
you gave it away.
So soul crushing, right? Well, in regards to Aaron Judge, though, like what was amazing to me, and like I had read some stuff about athletes of a certain size, especially in baseball. And it's super rare for these guys to age as well as he's aging. Like it's like him and Dave Winfield, hitters that are 6'7" or taller that produce kind of into the 30s. And so it's just he's like a unicorn. It's impressive to watch.
Yeah.
Everything about
him.
And
people too try to be like, oh, he's injury prone. It's like, well, his injury last year was a freak accident. Like he jammed his foot into a cement wall trying to catch a ball. Like it wasn't him. I love Big G, but Giancarlo fucking takes a stroll to second base and he's hurt for 2 months. Like that's an injury prone kind of guy. Like I don't think Judge is technically injury prone. I think like he had the oblique, which is also like, that's just a
like every hitter kind of gets that once in their career or something, like that happens. There it is. The lights. This happened before we came on. The lights went out in her office, and she got to go walk and turn. See, I should have said nothing and let people think it's like a scary movie. Some shit's happening.
Oh, we should have said it was a ghost. Oh, we fucked up.
I screwed that up, man. I apologize very much there. Now, speaking of superstars, is Juan Soto the most underloved superstar of our fucking time? Like, I feel like he's so great. He's only 25.
I know.
And he's like an afterthought sometimes in these conversations.
I feel like if you're a fan of baseball, you're fully aware of Juan Soto and everything about him. Like, he's 25. He won a World Series before he was 21. Like, he's homered against every team in baseball. Like, he's just unreal. But I feel like if you were a baseball casual, I feel like they don't understand how sweet he is. Yeah. Like, I think my friends, a bunch of them are casuals. I feel like they wouldn't even think anything of him. They would be like, Juan Soto? Like, is that a good thing? Like, I think a couple of them, when it was announced that he was traded to us, I got a couple messages being like, are you excited? I'm like, no fucking shit. Do you know this guy? Like, yeah, I'm excited. Do you know who he is? But, yeah, I think he's definitely underappreciated.
Yeah, it feels. I like the way you described it too. It's like the people who are into baseball know that he's an absolute stud. When you step a layer away, the casual person that maybe observes some baseball, they're like, they're not really. They don't really observe the fact 100%. That he's like, has these crazy walk rates and just this incredibly disciplined hitter with all this power at such a young age. It just doesn't happen,
No, and it's crazy when you think about it. Like, he's younger than Adley. And Adley is, I feel like, literally world famous in the baseball community. Yeah. And
that's a great point.
Not anywhere near accomplished as Juan Soto. It's just, I also, too, think, like, MLB is shit at marketing their stars.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Ohtani, of course, they're going to market him. He's a unicorn. But I feel like unless you're in a certain media, like, certain city like New York, where the media is so popular over there and like sports is like number one, but I feel like they just do such a shit job unless you're in certain markets that they're just not gonna market you.
I totally agree, and I think it's specific to Latin stars as well, because I'll give you an example. The White Sox are having a horrible year. No one's coming to games. However, we had a series against the Dodgers middle of the week. And they did Mexican Heritage Night on Wednesday night. I'm half Mexican, and every Mexican that I know as cousins with or whatever was going to this game. Yeah. They sold that fucking game out. Now, it wasn't the Dodgers, and they drew 20,000 the night before, whatever. But they sold the whole stadium out there. There's a whole market of Latin people that are way into baseball that they should be pushing more of this shit towards, because it's like, wow, when you do one little thing and the whole park is packed. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like, I will say, I love the Yankees do that. Like, they embrace the Hispanic Latin culture so much. That's why I feel like Juan Soto just feels like at home over there. Just there's Dominican flags everywhere. Anytime he does anything, like, they'll have nights like that too, where it's like they'll give away hats that have certain patches on it that it's like Cuban flags, Puerto Rican, like Puerto Rico. So they do a pretty good job with it, but I feel like there's just so many other teams that, like, if Juan Soto was on, I can't even. I feel like a Central team, like people wouldn't even know he existed.
Exactly. It's kind of like how Jose Ramirez is barely known. Like, he's
a
stud, but
exactly.
He's
a stud. But a casual baseball fan has no idea.
That's exactly right.
Insane. Yeah.
Well, I got to ask the question, Sandra. What do you think? Is Brian Cashman? Are the Yankees going to put up the money, and is Juan Soto going to get signed in the offseason, or do you think this would be done already if they were going to sign him?
No, I don't think. Because Boris never has. He never does anything midseason, and I also too think like that caliber of a player, you should test free agency. Like, I was fine with Judge testing it out. They're only going to do it, one time, hopefully. So I say, hear everyone, hopefully. So hear everyone, see how much money you're getting from other teams. But I just feel like you don't go all in on someone and trade away 5 guys if you don't plan on having him be a long-term player. I mean, I fucking hope so. I feel like it could be between the Yankees and the Mets.
Wow, you think that the Mets might be in that? Mm-hmm. That would be interesting to see a bidding war between them two.
Uncle Stevie, I feel like, is going to give him the world, I think. And also,
he did kind of pull back this year, so that makes sense. Like, he didn't spend so much. Like, he's maybe saving up for a little bit.
For Yamamoto, he tried.
Right.
Like, what, $400 million? And also, I think the Yankees try to do like $380. So it's like, if you guys are going to throw that much money at a guy who's never played in the majors, but you're not going to give it to Juan Soto, who's 25 years old and a proven fucking player, like, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I just don't think you trade away, especially like Mike King and Higgy were like, respected in that clubhouse and loved. So I feel like you give away so many pieces, especially because I thought Drew Thorpe was going to be nasty, who's with you guys now.
Yeah, he's been nice. He had a couple bad starts, but it looked like it was a little bit of an injury, so we'll see when he comes back. But he had six great starts in a row for us.
Yeah. I really liked him. Like, I remember when it was all the rumors, I was like, I really don't want to give him both Mike King and Drew Thorpe. If we can give just one of each, that's fine. No, they took both.
But it's Juan Soto. I mean,
so fine with me. I would have given up my fucking firstborn for him. So, but I really hope he's a Yankee for life. I don't understand how you don't go all in with him.
Yeah, that's a great ballpark fit for him too. Yeah. Being a left-handed hitter, I mean, just all the stuff just lines up, and with how historically good he's been through age 25.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like a great place for him to continue his career. Let me get to this drink from Singer Sox. He says, I think the lights went out again. You might want to check that out, Patches, just to be safe. I knew people were going to get kicked out of the lights fucking turning that on you. Thank you, Singer. I appreciate you.
That's really funny. How do we see comments?
Oh, I was going to say, if you had another screen open with YouTube, I have them on my side panel as like admin on StreamYard, but yeah, they would be up on YouTube.
That's really funny.
I need to ask this question because it's been out there on Twitter a lot, and I know he's injured, and I don't want to throw dirt on his grave, but does Anthony Rizzo still make you jizzo? I need to know, and if he doesn't, who on the current team does?
My king, my Italian jizzo king. I love him. Even though I think that hit on his head last year from Tatis, just gave him full-blown CTE that he forgot how to play baseball. But I will always love him, always appreciate him. I will continue to jizzo for Rizzo. Even if he doesn't play a single game for the rest of the season. I'm cool with having Ben Rice take his place. But I just love players that I can do something stupid with their name. So, Rizzo being down, now I have Jazz. So I can do innuendos with jizz.
Yeah, jizz chasm, there you go.
Yeah. Rizzo makes me jizzum,
exactly.
Jazz in my pants.
And he's hit right away too, which just helps. He's hit the ground running with the Yankees.
Fucking what's it called? That first weekend with the Red Sox. It was great, love that. But Rizzo will always have a special place in my heart.
Okay, so we can. The meme does not have to go away. Rizzo
will
still
never
makes you
go
Jizzo.
away.
Okay, it
Never.
never goes away. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. The comments are letting me know that Corey Lee hit a home run, so the White Sox are up 3-1 now on the Yankees in the fourth inning. I don't know how this is happening. I don't know if it's you're putting a bad luck on the Yankees here, Sandra.
Yeah,
but
what the fuck?
it's 3-1 White Sox currently. So
I
All
told you, we're gonna get swept. It's gonna
get swept.
I was
The
getting
White Sox don't
so
sweep
annoyed.
anything or anybody. There's no
They
sweeping.
will
for the White
sweep us.
Sox. No.
Yes, we will. I promise you. The Yankees, I was getting so annoyed by Yankee fans being like, they have the easiest schedule of August. I'm like, that means we're going to fucking lose every single game or lose at least every series. Like, if their opponent is the worst team in baseball, a pitcher has an ERA north of 6, they're going to get fucking spanked. Like, it's the craziest thing. So...
You know what? I don't mind if your bad luck happens in our series. We could use a couple fucking wins. We got one win sandwiched around 21 losses and then 3 more losses. We could use a win here and there, you know?
I feel like you guys should just kept going on the losses. I feel
There
like
were a lot of Sox fans rooting for it. They were rooting for it. They're like, let's just
go for it.
Exactly.
Go balls to the wall. That's how
let's be historic. There were a lot of Sox fans who root for it. But like day in and day out, it's brutal to turn your team on. It's like, we can't ever win. It's been weeks since we won. It's not, this is not natural. It's no fun, you know? Like, you can't do it.
That's so true. I will joke saying like, who has it worse? No one has it worse as Yankee and Dodger fans. But man, I don't know what the fuck I would do if I was a White Sox fan.
I mean, you do what a lot of them are doing is just turning off. They're just like, I
feel
can't watch this shit anymore. Like, it's tough.
And, like,
I might have a mental illness that I'm sticking with it.
Seeing some like the photos of the players too, just like hanging out in the dugout, they just look depressed.
There's
like I don't even.
Miguel Vargas just hanging his head because he just came from the Dodgers. Now he's with our bullshit. Poor guy. Feel bad for him.
To go from the Dodgers to the White Sox, that's a certain kind of punishment I wouldn't even wish on like my worst enemy.
Now, Sandra, I want to get on to some non-baseball. We got a great preview there of the Yankees and all their and all your anguish, but all their non-struggles, in my opinion. They're a first place team. They're doing fine. They're going to playoffs.
Yeah.
But I need to know, as we brought up in the beginning, kind of the way we're connected a little bit is Jeff Passan. How did you get into a Twitter war with Jeff Passan? What's the impetus of that? Because I saw you guys going at it. I was like, what the hell is this? And there's certain people on the internet he picks on. You and I are 2 of them. So I'm curious, how did you get into it with him?
Well, one, it's not beef. It's all love. He's my best friend, basically. He just doesn't know it. I don't know how it started. I think I would see him roast so many people that I was like, I want you to roast me. But I kind of thought he wouldn't because I was like, I'm a chick. Maybe maybe it's a bad look if he like tells a girl to fuck off. Like maybe it's not very professional. So I would DM him and I would just go, Jeff, please roast me. And he would respond saying, no. I would do it for months at a time. I would just go, hey, Jeff, can you roast me, please? And he'll say no. I went, okay, I'll try again next week. Like, I would do that. So I think he knew that he could say whatever towards me and I wouldn't be offended. And I just tried everything. I would ask stupid questions like, do you think a hot dog's a sandwich? Do you think soup do you think cereal is a soup? Like, I would do shit like that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't acknowledge me. So,
just trying to egg him on to nothing.
Yes, I was trying. I wanted to be bullied. I wanted it. So then that's when I came up with my husband left me and took the kids. And it just took off from there. And he DM'd me one time being like, your fake kids bring me more joy than my real kids. Like, it's pretty funny. Like,
that does not shock me. He says something like that.
Yeah, like he told me, go take care of your kids, deadbeat. Like, your kids hate you.
Your kids hate you. I saw that one.
That was a good one, yeah. And then even on Instagram, when Threads happened, he was on there and I tweeted at him saying like, hey, Jeff, he goes, Patches is better. Because like my Instagram just like my real name.
It's your real name, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, but basically it's a beautiful friendship. And he's my kid's godfather, even though I don't acknowledge him anymore. It's just a really good friendship now.
I love it. I mean, I think it's one of the most endearing things about Jeff. Like, he's the most trustworthy baseball reporter there is. If he says it, we know it's gold, right? It's always you wait for his confirmation on some shit.
He's the only one you listen to.
He's the only one you listen to. It's rock solid and stuff. But he has this side of him where he's like, I'm going to cut it up with everybody out there and I'm going to have some fun. And he does roast people all the time.
Yeah.
And he just has fun with it. And like, you'd like to think we'd all be like that if we were super famous, like Jeff Passan actually did it. But he is one of the few ones that really does. It's impressive.
It's just crazy. Like, have that much power and like know about every fucking thing that's happening in baseball. But then like, you're also a straight savage is my favorite thing ever. I mean, I wish he never apologized or deleted the one to Ben Verlander.
Ben Verlander? Oh, me too. And you know, it's funny. We had him on a one-way podcast not that long afterwards.
Yeah.
And we were debating whether or not we bring it up. And we're like, we didn't bring it up because we're like, fuck, we don't want, because this was the first time he was on with us. And we're like, we don't want to screw this up. And it's like, so we didn't bring it up. But I kind of, if he comes on again, I kind of want to bring it up just to see where he's at.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh, 4-1 now. I missed that. What's going on here? Is that another home run?
I'm going to fucking put my phone on.
That's brutal.
He's on, and I'm still getting alerted.
You mentioned this earlier in the show. I know that you're a huge Frank Fleming fan, Frank the Tank. Tell me about your infatuation with Frank the Tank, the Twitter machine.
I couldn't even tell you how it started. Like, I don't even know how he just appeared, but I think I saw it and was just like, this is beautiful. Like, I feel like like I told you earlier, I'm the equivalent of Frank, but a female. I just won't post those videos of myself, but I'm doing it at home. So I feel like I just think it's funny as fuck. I think it's just so entertaining. His rants, just grabbing onto the glasses, ripping his shirt off, the yelling, him like being known in the Mets clubhouse and being blocked by Steve Cohen on Twitter. Like, I think it's just perfect. I'm easily entertained, and I just love it so much.
And what I've been enjoying is Frank walks. Because now he's you know, he's caring about his health, and he's getting these huge superstars to come and do a walk with him. It's fucking amazing.
Watt, like,
just crazy shit, you know. Like, I love it so much. Like, here's what I think though about Frank, and a couple of my buddies, they really like Frank too. Yeah. I always just think though, like, I don't think I'd want to watch a game with Frank. I think Frank would be too much if he was sitting like 2 seats away from me. When he's on the internet and I can listen when I want to, and then like put him away when I don't want him there. Like, I think he's fine, but like I don't think I would want to like ingest a 9-inning game with him. I don't think. I
feel like I want to watch a game with him just to experience it. One time. I will try everything once. I will try it out. I feel like I'd also have to get pretty buzzed. But I also, like, I can understand if I was a Mets fan, I probably wouldn't like him. But
it's like, just so negative all the time.
Because it's so negative. Like, even though I'm a very negative person, like, there's some people when I see on Twitter that I'm like, give it a fucking break. Even though that's ironic for me to say, like, because I'm the same way. Like, I'm a hypocrite. But it would probably just get annoying because even sometimes I'll see his rants and I'm like, why? They won the game.
What are you so upset about?
What did he so? Yeah, what happened? But I still love Frank. So just as a non-Mets fan and an outsider, he's so entertaining to me. I got a follow from him a couple months ago, and I think it was like up there with a Jeff DM of like, wow.
This is something. I made it on the internet. Yeah, no, I agree. That does sound what it would be like. Yeah. I got to ask this question. I'm going to bring it back from the story earlier before. Do you think you'll ever get your kids and your husband back?
No.
Ship sailed, huh? That's it. Huh?
They said once I stop going to the local strip club and I stop drinking, they'll come back. But I can't give it up. So.
No one sees that happening.
Yeah. And at this point, I don't even know how many kids I have. It's just I have
tough
kids.
To keep track, yeah.
I don't know where they're at. I have no clue. But it's one of my favorite things. One day they come home soon.
Hatch a few more, and maybe you'll get the whole roost back. One last thing, and it's the absolute weakest form of podcast, but we're going to do it anyway. I've got a fuck, marry, kill for you.
Oh.
3 people here. Yes. Perfect timing. Do you want to do the rest of the show in the dark or what? I'll totally up to you.
I mean, is it fine?
I could see you. That's fine. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. 3 people here. There you go. Number 1, Scott Stapp.
My king.
2, Jersey Mike's. 3, Aaron Boone. Fuck, marry, kill that group.
I know who I'm for sure unaliving, and that is the Yankees manager. That's
Okay.
that's
okay.
a given. Yeah.
He's got it here. Okay.
Like I told you earlier, once I hear those quotes of his, I would have unalived myself.
So now you're down to the F and the M.
Yeah.
And it's a tough one. Scott Stapp or Jersey Mike's?
Yeah. It's like asking me like what my favorite dodgeball quote is. It's very difficult. I think I would marry Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
I'm a diehard sandwich enthusiast. I have a sandwich basically every fucking day.
Really?
Every day.
Is Jersey Mike's the leader in the clubhouse, or do you spray all fields with sandwiches?
Well, my office is right next to Jersey Mike's, so that's why I go there about twice a week. So I do go there pretty often. But even if like I'm not at work, like I'm working remote, I still want a Jersey Mike's sandwich. So I either do Jersey Mike's I do it at least once a week, regardless. And then I make my own sandwiches. I also like, like delis and stuff, but I just am a slut for sandwiches. And they're just, you can do so much with it. You can't ever really get sick of a sandwich. You get sick of turkey, you go to fucking ham. You go to tuna. Like
right. You got a lot. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You can really mix it up. You can make a lot of changes.
You have to be an idiot too to like ruin a sandwich. And I feel like I would marry that. I'd be just happy 24/7. Okay. And then I would definitely bang Scott. And I would want him and I would want to hear him sing higher. Like mid foreplay. Like that would be
I can't. You know what? I can't. I saw. So me and my brother saw Creed on their first tour, and it was like, I'm gonna tell you something. It was before that album blew up, so it was like 800 people at this show, and it was pretty good. Like they were decent, whatever. And then they became such a joke afterwards, and I can't figure out if younger people like you really like Creed, or you're just like, they're so fucking embarrassing. We just have to latch onto this. I never know. I can never figure it out from looking on Twitter.
So like how it came to be was I was in Chicago visiting my friends, and we did a bender, and there was touch tunes, and I was like, we gotta play. I don't know why. I just decided Creed higher, and it just took off. And I mean, I do love like the dad rock, like
okay.
I like Nickelback.
Okay,
give me some Chris what's his name? Daughtry.
Yeah, Daughtry
from American Idol.
Yes,
fucking bangers. So I do enjoy Creed.
Okay,
I'm into it. So it's all genuine on my end. If I wasn't going on vacation for Labor Day, I would go to their concert. They're coming they come to LA Labor Day. And I would totally go, and I would wear a Scott shirt or some shit. Or even like just the bald guy at the halftime performance. I totally would have just gotten a shirt with him on it. God, it would have been sick.
Fucking amazing.
Right?
Well, Sandra, thanks for sharing your thoughts on the Yankees, including Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Anthony Rizzo, and more, as well as educating us on your frenemy, Jeff Passan, your love for Frank the Tank. Remember, we ain't trying to be right on the show. We're just trying to understand. Anything you want to promote, plug before you go?
I don't think so. But just next time, let me know that we're going to be drinking.
That we're boozing? Well, okay, next time, we'll make a promise. Next time, we'll set this up at a time. We'll booze hard for the 30 minutes, and we'll see how many tips we get. And we'll let the audience know, hey, we're going to be drinking. Go ahead, hit us with the tips and see what's up.
And we'll have to have Jeff join.
I'm game for that. He was a coward. You invited him. You said, hey, Jeff, come on here. You could tell he was worried we might gang up on him. That's the thing, I think.
God, that would have been gold.
Next time it will be. That's what we'll make sure we do.
Fuck. But yeah, next time we'll get drunk so then we can ask him about the Ben Verlander tweet.
Great idea. I love that.
Right?
Sandra, thanks so much. I appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was great. A lot of fun there. Next week's guest right now is nobody. I think I'm gonna run back a little solo show. I haven't had a chance to take a victory lap on the Pedro Grafal stuff yet, as I was out of town when he got fired and the boys did the show. So I think I'll come back myself and do a little solo one. Want to say thank you to Punky's Pizza and Pasta and all the 108 families up in the YouTube comments. Appreciate you smashing the like button. Comments, of course, drinks and tips. We'll see you all Thursday night for the 108 podcast. And I love all of you. Bye.